What's going on? It's your boy Dalton from the Petrol List, and while this is primarily a Formula One channel, every Monday, sometimes there's just such cool car news that comes out that you just can't skip it. And this one is about Toyota. So Toyota in the last few years has been betting on automotive enthusiasts, and I think that they may just corner the market with vehicles for enthusiasts, because they really seem to care about what drivers want, or just people who enjoy cars. They don't even have to be serious drivers. So they already dropped the new Land Cruiser, which is smaller and I think better looking than the last one. It's got that boxy design, and I think that's what rugged SUVs should look like. I mean, yeah. And then not only that, but they're going to be dropping the baby Land Cruiser, aka the new FJ. Now, I don't know too much about that one, but it would be interesting if they made the FJ Cruiser a little bit more of a Jeep and a Bronco rival. So what I'm thinking is like removable doors, a possible manual transmission, removable roof, kind of that modular Tonka truck build where you can kind of take it apart and build it up to your likings. Whereas the Land Cruiser and the Lexus, was it GX, whatever? Those are kind of like more luxury oriented. And yeah, you got to hit that market too. So I'm glad that they have a choice. Now, they're saying that they're going to come back out with the Celica / MR2. I think those two nameplates are going to merge, or it's going to just like merge and become one, and they're going to scrap the other project. But so far what they're saying is it's going to be the Celica. And the cool thing is they're saying that it could be mid-engined 2-liter turbo, which is cool. All-wheel drive, which is cool. And so far as I know, no electricity whatsoever. I know when they were talking about the MR2 before, they were saying that it could be a mild hybrid. I wasn't too mad at that. But if I, as a car enthusiast, could get a mid-engine all-wheel drive 400 horsepower sports car, I think I'd be done, because that solves the Porsche 911 issue for most of us, which is that Porsches are still kind of, overpriced for what they are and how rare they aren't. So that could solve that. It could solve the R8 issue. You want to get into something mid-engine, but maybe you don't want something that's serious or expensive. I mean, they're really coming in and possibly filling a gap in the automotive market that hasn't been filled for a very long time. We used to have the old British mid-engine sports cars, like the TR7, I think, was a mid-engine car. Lotus Exige, those were mid-engine cars that weren't bank account breakingly expensive. Even the Nobles weren't that expensive, and those were mid-engine cars. So this could be Toyota pulling what Mazda pulled so many years ago by making a reliable, cheaper version of a vehicle format that everybody loves, and that was the British Roadster. British Roadsters were, too expensive and too unreliable for American tastes, and so Miata came in and made sure that like anybody who wanted a British Roadster experience could have it. Maybe this will be, the dream realized for everybody who wants a mid-engine sports car that has decent power, not overwhelming power, but decent power. Like maybe if they nail this and they nail the price point, I don't know how much it's going to cost. I mean, if it's like $60,000, I don't know. I'm not even going to say price because I don't know what it's going to be. But they could come in and solve a problem, and the Celica could be the modern version of what the Miata is, a format that everybody wanted to be able to afford and drive every day. So that's what the Celica could be. And then the GR Supra, I think that car, it's going to be aimed a little bit more toward the higher end market, because it's going to be, it's going to be 100% Toyota, which I think is a good thing. I think that the values of the BMW based Supras are just going to it's either going to fall off a cliff, which is what I think the more likely story is, or people are going to strangely be like, oh, it was that time that BMW and Toyota collabed, and then that car will become some kind of a cult classic that was not loved in its day. But the new Supra, GR Supra, is going to be 100% Toyota, no more BMW. It's going to be front engine. It's going to use I guess, upgraded version of the 2-liter turbo that is possibly going to be fitted into the mid-engine Celica. But the difference is it will probably be a hybrid. It'll be the uptuned version of that 2-liter turbo and hybrid. It'll be a linear hybrid, meaning that there's going to be a motor that is in line with the original, drivetrain, which I think is the better way of doing it personally. But I do think it's a little bit of a miss to not have a 6-cylinder, even if it's a 2.8 6-cylinder or something, in this new Supra. I don't know. It would definitely feel weird to have a turbo 2-liter in a Supra. And this is coming from a guy who has a turbo 4-cylinder in his Bronco. It's the 2.3-liter 4-cylinder turbo. I did it because I could get the manual transmission in it. Thank you. I defend my decision because I like to stir my own gears. But it almost feels more strange to have a 4-cylinder in a Supra. And then they're going to be going for, I guess, the upscale market, because they're going to be doing a mashup between, the RC and the LC, whatever kind of Big Daddy coupe. So maybe they're trying to shoot for what Jaguar once was and what Aston Martin still is, and get into that category. They've also got other vehicles that they're keeping alive that they're going to be coming out with. But those are the ones that were top of mind for me. And I think they're kind of nailing it. I think the other manufacturers could learn a thing or two from them. I think that enthusiast competitor that Toyota currently has would be Ford. Ford has a much smaller choice of enthusiast vehicles. They've got the Bronco and they've got the Mustang. But if you want a SUV, a rugged one, Bronco's fine. If you want a sports car with a big old V8 in it, or whatever, turbo V6, the Mustang is fine. So they got their bases covered. And some people are even saying that maybe Toyota's coming out with too many variations. For me, there could never be too many variations of sports car, because what that signifies to me is that they're going to have some that are in all kinds of price points. And then also, the more sports cars there are, the cheaper they get, because people aren't doing the dealer markups because they can't find anything with the gosh darned manual transmission. Anyway, that was my rant there at the end. I have a Formula One video in the makings for the Monday video, so worry not. As a matter of fact, I think moving forward, what I'm going to do is make sure that every single Monday video is a Formula One video, Formula One only. Even if I have a car show video to launch, I'll delay it. It'll be Formula One. That way I can have the freedom to talk about cars or to interview people about cars, and then just put it up on the channel. That way I don't get unsubscribed. All right, that was it. I've been Dalton. This has been the Petrol List, and I will see you on Monday for something Formula One. I'm out.